morning everyone, my name is Nishkaa and today I'll be explaining you coordinate geometry. Let us start with the definition. Coordinate geometry is a branch of mathematics where the position of the points in the plane is defined with the help of an ordered pair of numbers. Now this may seem like a very confusing and daunting definition, but it is not so as we will see further. The keywords used in this definition will also start to make sense. Do you know that there is a very interesting story about how the very famous Cartesian system was developed? Let us see. One night, a famous mathematician, René Descartes, lay in his bed and watched a fly sitting on the ceiling. He wondered if there was a way to tell the exact position of the fly. And so, he thought of making a grid to specify the location. And this is how the very famous Cartesian plane came to be. Now let us learn more about it. Now we all know that the axis that lies horizontally is called the x-axis, while the axis that lies vertically is called the y-axis. The point where both these axes converge is known as the origin. This is something we have learned in previous grades. Now, let us see how a Cartesian plane looks like. The x-axis, when extended behind, forms the negative x-axis. Similarly, the y-axis, when extended below, forms the negative y-axis. The x-axis on the right-hand side of the origin is positive, while on the left is negative. Similarly, the y-axis above the origin is positive and the one below is negative. This is not very hard, is it? Something like a number line, don't you think? Now, this Cartesian plane is divided into 4 different zones called quadrants. The quadrants are marked in an anti-clockwise direction starting from the top right corner, and so this is how the quadrants look like. The first quadrant has positive values on the x and the y axis. The second quadrant has positive values on the y axis and negative on the x axis. The third quadrant has negative values on the x and the y axis. The fourth quadrant has positive values on the x axis and negative values on the y axis. This is not very difficult, is it? Now let us understand the 2 simple rules of writing coordinates. 1. They are always written in rounded brackets. And second, we always write the value of the x-axis first and then the y-axis. These are not very difficult rules once you understand them. Now that we know the rules, let us try to find the coordinates of a given point. Now, to mark the coordinates of a point, say over here, we first write the value of the x-axis and then the y-axis. So our coordinates will be 3, 4. Not very difficult. Now for a point say over here, we again write the value of x-axis and then the y-axis. So our coordinates become -2, -4. Coordinate geometry is an essential tool for most applied disciplines that deal with geometry, including astronomy, physics, engineering, astrophysics, and many more. So I hope you understood this concept well. Thank you and have a great day.